Hi everyone, my name is Mike Bryan and I'm happy to have here today Michele Shirer from Helen Purcell. Hi Michele.
Hi.
And as you know, we've been doing these videos for some time and we wanted to update things and see what's new with Helen Purcell. So again, I'm glad to have her here today, and just like always, want to make sure nothing has changed, and just so people know how to get in touch with you as Director of Marketing. What's the best way to do that? Phone, email?
Phone is great. You can call us at 740-453-4099, or you can go to our website, helenpurcell.org. You can leave us a message through there, which is great because it gives us all the information. You can even put on there why you're reaching out to us, which is great as well. So it allows me to be prepared for our conversation.
Sure.
You can visit Facebook. You can go on our Facebook and message us from Facebook. So there really isn't a whole lot of ways not to get a hold of us.
That's good. That's good. A lot of routes to get in touch with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, where is Helen Purcell located again?
We're at 1845 Norwood Boulevard, and that is located right off of Dresden Road. It's in a residential area. I like to say that we put a home in the middle of a park. It's 5 acres of just absolute beautiful landscaping with trees, and our other residential guests, we like to call them as such. They are deer and our squirrels. They're everywhere. Our residents absolutely love them as well. It's absolutely beautiful.
Isn't there a walking path
There
there
is.
as well?
There
Okay.
is. It actually equates to 1 mile.
Okay.
By the time you do all the little navigating through the trails,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. There isn't a bad except when there's ice. We don't like ice on the
That's true.
path.
That's true. That is true. Well, very good. Well, so tell us a little about the services that are offered there. This is assisted living, right?
Mhm.
And independent living as
Yep.
well. So tell us about that.
We have our 3 levels of care: our fully independent living, our independent living with some assisted living in it, and then our fully integrated assisted living part, where those people need a lot of care, and that also includes our memory care unit. But what's nice about our assisted living part is we do those services a la carte, because not everybody needs everything, but they just might need a little bit of help.
Makes
Maybe
sense.
they just need a transfer assistance in the morning. They just need help getting to their wheelchair, and after that they're fine. And in the evening they need help getting back into their bed, and that might be it. Or maybe once a week they just want to help with bathing assistance for whatever reason. So we can cater those specific needs to that resident, which is great for them.
And when they're looking at Helen Purcell, you guys will ask those questions certainly about that, and you have some nursing there on staff that will help address what type of care they might need, what services they could offer.
Absolutely, and that happens on the first day when they move in, and I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, and we'll talk about that later, but that assessment is vital to that initial meeting we have with them when they move in. That way, we could ask those questions that maybe got missed when we initially met them, or since that time there's something that's been added.
Sure.
And then we are constantly checking in with our residents. We do one-on-one time with them, because those needs can always change for the good and for the bad.
Right.
Maybe something that's happened. We've had residents that have come in that needed assistance, but the more that they were in an environment where they didn't have to worry about other things or more care, those needs weren't required anymore.
Right. Well, and I know when we look on the website, there's garden suites, legacy living. That's more the independent and might need a little bit of extra assistance. And then Shinnick Center, again, that's the memory care, respite. And we talked about this before we started too, but if someone is on hospice, they can have hospice come in to there as well, right?
Absolutely, and that's what's nice is they can choose their hospice of choice. I know there's a couple places in town that come, and that's one of the things that allows the family to do. They are allowed to choose that person that's coming in, and they're allowed to stay in an environment that they're familiar with as well, especially if they've been in there too.
Sure. Makes sense. Well, so as far as the layout of the rooms, can you describe that a little bit? I know that there are actual floor plans that are available on the website, so you can see the square footage and such, but tell us about the layout of the rooms.
Well, what's great about our garden suite, which is our apartment style living, is not one is the same as the other. It's great. When you come in and take a tour and see our apartments that are available, you can have a choice of different layouts. So our garden suites are between 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. They can have one, everyone has a private bath. Some have 2. They have a kitchen area, a dining area, and a living room area. It's just basically like an apartment style living.
Okay.
Each room has a beautiful view. There's not one that doesn't have a window. There's not a bad view in the house or the home. And again, each one is unique to where they can come in and set it up with their own furnishings and make it their home.
Okay.
And that's what's nice about on our website is you can take a video tour of these rooms, and we have them staged because I think it's important to view an apartment as a home because then you can picture yourself in there a little bit easier.
Helps give someone some ideas of how to have things set up.
Yep,
Makes a lot of
absolutely.
sense. Well, I know that there's some other things that are included. I noticed there's transportation if someone needs that, and you have your own pharmacy as well.
Yes. So you can use your own pharmacy, but we do have an in-house pharmacy, Absolute Pharmacy, that we work with that delivers everything to us. It makes it very nice because it's all pre-packaged. So that's an option, but we do work with local pharmacies that do deliver as well because we know that that's important to a lot of our residents, that they're comfortable with those places they already have a relationship with.
Right. So if someone is interested and they come out, they have a tour with you, and they decide that that's the place they want to go, I'm sure there's an agreement they have to sign before they come in. I did notice that you can actually complete it online as well. But I'm sure if they have questions about that, they can ask you. And after that's all completed, move-in day, that's a common question I have. What do I do on move-in day? What do I expect? Describe that for folks.
And move-in day is it's emotional, it's traumatizing for everybody, no matter how much you prepare or think it's prepared. So we like it to make it as easy and stress-free as possible. So we really try to have a game plan set up prior to that day. We know what time they're going to come in. So I can do everything on the background. I can have the apartment cleaned for them. The nurses know when they're going to come. Our kitchen is ready because we're going to feed them. Because when they first move in, yes, we do that assessment that we were talking about. But we don't want to do everything right away.
Right.
So
it'd be overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we like to do first is, if possible, we like to work with the families and have all the furnishings brought in prior to their move-in. So it's already set up there. There are some things that they're already familiar with, especially our memory care
it'd be a huge
members.
difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a very big change, but having something there of comfort, or just anybody,
Sure.
A lot of our residents come in and they've lived in their homes 30, 40, 50 plus years. So, and it makes it a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have to have everything put up right away, but their things are there.
Right.
So, we work with the families, and when they come to move in, all we do is have them pull up. Our team actually unloads and puts everything in their room. They just got to show us where to put it.
Okay.
And sometimes I get down and help too. You just never know. So once we get that moved in, and then the day of, then when they come in, they come in, they eat, get a chance to look at everything, we do our TB testing, and that's usually the first thing we do.
Right.
And then after they've settled down, then about an hour later, then our nursing team comes in and does that assessment.
Sure.
And gets all the medications, ask any questions, has anything changed, what do you like, what do you don't like, talk about food, what don't you like, right now our residents' favorite food is liver and onions. If you might get somebody who doesn't like liver and onions, we're going to put that on there, and we'll make them something else.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's great. Well, so once they're there, they're settled in, and really this question comes even before then, that so how do I pay for this? Because it's when you're dealing with healthcare needs, the cost is higher, and but if someone's there, they can pay privately. Long-term care insurance, veterans benefits, they can use those to help pay for care there. So that can usually help take care of things.
Absolutely.
So what are the things that any special programs you'd like to talk about? What are the things that set you apart from other assisted living facilities?
Well, we are a non-for-profit. We are a 501c3 and we have been since its inception over 137 years ago.
It's been a long time.
A long
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
a long time. So I think we have that history, and as we've grown and try to move with the times,
Right.
we still keep that integrity of why Helen Purcell is the way it is and how it became to fruition. Obviously, we've seen a lot of changes.
Sure.
There's a lot of misconceptions. Is it all teachers still? Is it still all women? It's things like that.
Yeah.
So, we are for everybody.
Yeah.
And yes, do we have a lot of teachers? Absolutely.
Right.
But we have everybody else. But
Sure.
because we are board run, we can do a lot of things quickly if we need to, and that's what's really nice. And we can do things that I think a lot of other places, isn't able to.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we have is benevolent care. Is we really want our residents to not have money after 3 years to be a reason why they have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So if for whatever reason they run out of money for whatever reason, they can apply for this benevolent care fund, and we can help pay for to finish their life
That's
there.
fantastic.
It
Okay.
really is. It really is.
Yeah.
We're really proud of that.
That's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very good. Well, any other things you'd like to talk about?
One of the things that, again, that I think sets us apart is that home-like atmosphere. When you walk into Helen Purcell, you walk into our living room. We call it the living room
Mm-hmm.
for a reason. It looks like a giant living room. We have our fireplace and our chairs and a lot of the knickknacks that you would have in your home with our books. Then off that room is our community room, where we do our exercises and we do our morning readings and we do our activity groups, things
Sure.
like that. And it's an absolutely beautiful room. But that room also allows families to come in and host parties there.
Okay.
We've had baby showers there, bridal showers there. It's a beautiful room, so they can utilize that. We also have just renovated the Straker wing, which was the Strakers, Mr. and Mrs. Straker's former apartment. They built that wing for them to live in. It has 2 apartments up top. And that's now our community room, where we have an 80-inch screen TV.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Where we've had parties there, football parties. The residents love watching football in the games. And then the kitchen is being renovated to the kitchen, so it's an optional area for eating. That's coming on our next part of this grant that we received. So we keep building on, to allow more things for our residents to do. So those are just some of the things, obviously we have our crafts and we have our activities and our bus trips and going out on our field trips. But I think what's nice is we really incorporate our residents into the things that we do. We have resident council meetings every month and get their feedback.
Okay.
Good, bad, and ugly. That's
Sure,
important.
Well, it helps you constantly improve and look at things. So
Exactly.
makes
And
sense.
with every generation is different likes and dislikes. Some of the things that they do now is they like to go to the wineries.
Right.
I can't wait for that trip.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Exactly.
we grow with them,
Yeah.
like we have more residents. The lady residents love to watch the football games.
Yeah.
So we grow with them, and those are the things that's most important is we're listening to our residents.
Okay, that's great. Well, I think that gives folks a great idea of what to expect, and I know when people are searching for a place, there's you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what questions to ask, and that's part of the purpose of this today is to help folks understand not only what services are offered, but who they might be talking to when they come there to have a tour. So I hope this is helpful for everyone. So thanks again for coming in today. I really appreciate it for you to take the time to do it. And if anyone has any questions about Helen Purcell, be sure to reach out to Michele, and they can call or email, and I'm sure she'll be happy to take care of them. So
Absolutely.
thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you.